Alright, so today we are going to discuss independent and dependent variables. So if we look at this chart here, this chart is actually going to be the approximate values of a circle dependent on the variable, dependent on the diameter, I should say. So with independent and dependent variables, it's just like in science class. You're independent, it doesn't matter what's going on around it. It's gonna be by itself, it's not going to change. Where your dependent is directly affected by that independent variable. So which one is directly affected in this case scenario of diameter to circumference? Your independent variable is going to be your diameter. Whatever your diameter is going to directly affect what your circumference is going to be. And we can see that relationship in the circumference equation of c is equal to pi times d. Okay, so we see the circumference is equal to pi times whatever the size of the diameter is. So circumference is directly related to that diameter, but diameter is not necessarily directly affected by the circumference. So in the case of 1 here for the diameter size, if I put c is equal to pi times 1, well, anything times 1 is itself. So c is just equal to pi, which I approximated to 3.14 inches. So we can see that that relationship there is the diameter has a direct impact on that circumference. So your input, like I have up here next to diameter, is directly going to affect that output. It matters what that input is for the output, but whatever that output is doesn't affect the input. And then this is also going to be like a domain and range of a function, which we'll get into a little bit later this year. The domain, the input, directly affects what that range is going to be. If you have questions, you can feel free to ask or email your teacher.